Hello, greetings, welcome and salutations to, excuse me, yet another thrilling instalment of the Stitchmaker's Guide to the Multiverse. I'm Kizuka Bazaar, hello, welcome. So, this week, let's talk a little bit about the dark of the moon. As the final quarter of the moon fades from the sky, so it's darker with less moon around, and in my limited estimation as a very tiny molecule of carbon life form in the multiverse, to me this feels like exactly the right time to do work on ourselves. It's like interior work, calm interior work. The dark of the moon is the perfect time to have a fosk around in the dark and dusty corners of your mind and heart and soul. Because we don't really make much of the dark times on this world. It's all about light, bright, let's go and do lots of things, let's be busy all the time, let's run around doing work, let's run around playing with kids, let's run around drinking and partying, and no time to reflect in the time of no reflection when there's no moon. Yes, the shadows, our shadows. It's an excellent time to be able to examine them. Just think of like, it's the time of telling, excuse me, telling ghost stories during the witching hour. Perfect time. And the time of the dark moon is the perfect time, in my mind, to have a look and have a fossick through those little darkened spaces in our mind, our heart, and our soul. Don't forget that hidden within our shadows are little flecks of light, wee gems that have been consigned to the darkness because of the way we were raised by our parents, the way our parents were raised by their parents and their parents, and so on, back into the misty mists of time. We have that inside us, in our blood. In our blood is the time of our ancestors, what they went through. And if we don't have like, we don't allow ourselves in this ultra busy modern world just to take time out for ourselves. The dark of the moon time is, I feel, perfect for this. The lowering of the energy, the subconscious, the linked subconscious between ourselves and others, the planet itself, trees, the sea, the earth, everything, going into the shadows should not be a time of fear or neglect or self-abuse. No, no. We have the darkness so that when we know what the darkness is, then we know what the light is. We don't have one without the other, and we can't understand one without the other. So, yes, the gems of truth that are within us, don't be afraid to examine them. Bring them out and examine them in detail. Yeah, what is it? What is it within you that frightens you? What is it that I have within me that frightens me? What is it that I have within me, or what is it that you have within you that you don't like, abhor, turn from in disgust? Just use this time in the dark of the moon to examine your own shadows. This is what I'm doing for me, and because we have a fairly reasonable lifespan, and we have lots of phases of the moon cycling through every around 28 days. Don't think that you have to do everything at once in the dark of the moon. No, no. I mean, you've heard about the downward spiral. I'm talking about the upward spiral, where we learn more about ourselves, where I learn more about myself and you learn more about yourself. And so when we have less undiscovered stuff that we have intuited, daydreamed about, researched, there's plenty of people like ourselves out there that put their knowledge free onto the internet so that we can research. Trust your heart and soul for when your mind latches upon something to know whether it's a truth that is applicable to you or not. Because your little voice that comes from your heart and soul will tell you so. Because you'll either be like, that's magnificent. Yes. Thank you, multiverse. Or you'll go, no, I don't think that applies to me. And not at that time, perhaps, because you may have a following moon where you go, oh my good giddy goddess. Yes. So this is why we are given time to be able to explore ourselves. This is all part of our healing process, because we have lived many lifetimes under the thumb of a rather cruel father time that has been invented by our betters, and which that we must follow, heedless to our own thoughts and feelings. This is where we're embarking in this dark of the moon to go through our own little shady places and explore ourselves. We're given this time. Even if you are working in that at the moment, because I'm in recovery time myself at the moment, therefore I have plenty of time to learn, and that's why I can present lovely little videos to you, because you may only have like 10 or 15 minutes to be able to view something, to be able to, but I have 24/7 in which I'm actually working on myself, and I wish to share what I learn with you, because hey, as our old Prime Minister said, we're all in this together. But at the same time, we all need time apart, in which we can timefully, without time, outside of time, maybe, explore our minds and hearts and souls. And if something does come up that you turn over a mossy stone in your imagination, and there's this little dark creature under there cowering from any residual light that may be around in your eyes, that you can take him out and look at him and admire him and go, okay, you're a facet of me, part of me, part of my heritage, part of my recent heritage or long time heritage. Yes, this is what This one is about the dark of the moon time to explore our own dark little places, because you never know, you may turn over an old rotting log in your imagination, and there beneath are little diamonds, rough little diamonds that have been cast there and trodden underfoot and left to rot and decay, which they won't because they're little diamonds. Because when you were a child you were told off for daydreaming, by family or by school or something like that. This is where we need to do our own little investigations for ourselves. And you can do it, as I can do it. And we don't need to fear the little lost little places inside ourselves, because once we have found them, they are no longer lost. Isn't that marvelous? Yes, yes. So, yes, we have to do our work with the shadows. And I think the right time is during the dark of the moon. Catch up with ourselves, catch our breath, and realize that we are a truly splendid and amazing little slice of carbon life form in all our little different ways. So, yes, this is what I am doing during the dark of the moon this time, and what I've done the last couple of dark moons is looking into the shadows of myself without fear or retribution or judgment. Please don't judge yourself. To resurrect who I am as part of the dark as well as part of the light, because those are the strengths that we can call upon in time of need, because we can't call upon them if we don't know they're there, or if we are ignorant of their existence, because ignorance isn't bliss. It is not. No, knowledge is bliss. Knowledge is bliss. Okie dokie folkies, it's lovely talking to you again, and all the best for your research and your healing. All the best to you. Love you. Aroha. And don't forget to hug a tree if you're in the vicinity of one. Take care. We'll see you. Bye.